A federal judge has ruled in the transgender sports case, with the Mountain West Conference. We've got
Volleyball player.
with the volleyball player, that the dude that is pretending to be, or I'm sorry, the dude that is identifying as a chick. And it was the Biden appointed federal judge held a hearing for the volleyball players they were suing the Mountain West Conference, and he barred the female athletes from testifying. And yesterday he ruled in favor of the men, is what he did. The girls are going to appeal, thank God. And the volleyball players have sued the Mountain West Conference and San Jose State University for, quote, violating their Title IX and First Amendment rights over a man being allowed to compete in women's volleyball matches, as they should. So if you're a complete moron like the Biden appointed judge, I have a video that shows you the advantage that biological men have over women in a sport like volleyball. And if you're listening, it was just that video just shows a lot of the physical advantages, the obvious biological and physical advantages that men have over women that the NCAA has recognized, but apparently
the Olympics recognize.
Right. And just a lot of people they just continue to want to be self-blind to,
This is how I've decided to take this on. Either we just get rid of male and female sports, which will never happen, thank God. But that's or all right, you guys have a identify female but biological male. We went over and we talked to one of our male volleyball players, and we're going to allow him to play on our team when we play you. So therefore, it's an advantage to nobody now. Everybody has got their one male player.
Yeah.
How hilarious would that be?
It would be hilarious. Yeah, it would be. Okay, I got to quickly talk about dogs. I got to talk about dogs for a second, you guys. We got to talk about dogs and this stuff right here. This stuff is bomb. We all use Coat Defense's product we use it for our 3 dogs. Miriam uses it for her 2 dogs. I use this preventative powder especially for our Pyrenees mix, Theo, and his ears. They get really funky. And we've never had to put him on a single drug. We've had him for almost a year now. His gotcha day is December 14th. So I sprinkle it in his ears, and that itchy, yeasty grossness is gone. He's good to go. It's all natural. I'm not pumping him full of chemicals like steroids or antibiotics or antifungals. And our grand dog, Charlie, who is also here visiting, he had the worst issues. They had him on all sorts of drugs and everything, and they started using this stuff, and it was like a miracle for him. So total godsend for him. Big time game changer. Try it with your dogs. You'll see right now you can save 15% at coatdefense.com, and be sure to enter code CHICKS when you check out. Coatdefense.com, code CHICKS. Do it for your dogs. Do it. Coatdefense.com. There has to be some sort of a resolution to this, and I hope that Trump will do something about it when he gets into office, because I feel like a lot of this is just common sense.
Each organization is their own private organization, and they can do what they want. And we want that. We don't want, government coming down and forcing.
It's true. But it's also problematic, because this to me is just a very common sense situation where men have a biological
to break something.
Right.
And allow it to go to hell to the point where nobody's going to play. And then all of a sudden somebody has to stand up and go, okay, this isn't going to happen. But it might have to get to that point.
Right. There are women getting hurt. You're seeing men compete in like boxing matches and in tournaments where they're beating the crap out of women now. When did that become okay? It's just not okay. This is insanity. So somebody
like
just
the
needs
Chris Brown Olympics.
Like the the Chris Brown. Yeah, it's like the OJ Olympics. It's ridiculous.
Yeah. So,
just,
but I think at this point, it's like, say, okay, fine. You know what? Steve over here, he's an All-American, but now Steve goes by Sarah. Sarah's on our team just for this game, though, just trying out the woman thing to see how this goes, and see what happens.
Yeah, we'll
honestly
see.
Do that. If I was a coach playing them, I'd say, you know what, guys? Let's go get a couple over there. Ask the guys, tell them to identify. They switch over. They play a game so we can show how ridiculous this is.
It is ridiculous. Yeah. It's just, yeah. But this is the thing is like at this point in the world, in our country, people embrace the ridiculous when they shouldn't be. And it's like, can we just be normal, for crying out loud?
No, we can't.
Yeah. And Sarah McBride still wants your attention. She acts like she doesn't, but she says, I don't want to talk about being a trans person and I don't want to base everything up. But she does. I say she.
All she does.
This dude that's identifying as a woman, this is all this individual talks about. Behold.
United that attempts to attack a vulnerable community are not only mean-spirited, but really an attempt to misdirect. Because every single time we hear the incoming administration or Republicans in Congress talk about any vulnerable group in this country, we have to be clear that it is an attempt to distract. It is an attempt to distract from what they are actually doing. Every single time we hear them say the word trans, look what they're doing with their right hand. Look at what they're doing to pick the pocket of American workers, to fleece seniors by privatizing Social Security and Medicare. Look what they're doing, undermining workers. And here's also what we have to be clear about, because I think the last week has been a prime example of this. Every bit of time and energy that is used to divert the attention of the federal government to go after trans people is time and energy that is not focused on addressing the cost of living for our constituents.
Okay, but by the way, I just want to remind everybody, Trump's not in charge yet. He's putting together his team. So the cost of living falls on the old guy who's still in there and the person you guys ran. That's an issue.
Amen. Yeah. Amen to that. And yeah, exactly. And then we also have another clip from Nancy Mace talking to Rachel on Fox about this issue.
Millions of women are supporting me. That's why we're winning the message. And so many women now today feel more brave and have more courage because I've been speaking out. They feel like they are going to be supported now. We're going to see this all across the country, and we're hearing from folks all around the world, women from all sorts of countries now coming out and supporting us in our effort.
Yeah, for the record, that trans member of Congress has said that he will actually abide by the rules and not use the women's restroom in Congress. I think Marjorie Taylor Greene came out with an idea. She said, well, maybe we should just have a Democrat women's bathroom and a Republican women's bathroom.
That's a great idea.
The Democrats can just open the doors to the trans those. And also what AOC said about not being able to recognize. I mean, I've seen Rachel Levine. I know that's not a woman. So I don't understand this idea. But Nancy Mace has taken a lot of abuse for standing up for the rights of women, especially in their private spaces.
She refers to him as a him. You notice that?
And oh, absolutely. And Rachel, also talking to Nancy wearing a medium. In that one.
Yes, totally. Yeah, totally.
Anytime we show off the guns.